Hey guys, it's Omewrecker, and I am here in Hearthstone once again, and we're going to be opening another 40 packs. And this is my third video of opening packs. So I've opened up, after this is all done, over 120 packs. Be sure to check the description, and you'll find links to the previous videos where I was opening packs. Let's go ahead and get moving with this. I'm going to go ahead and buy, and I do need to hide the screen here for just one moment, so give me 1 second. I'm also streaming this live so you can see the chat over on the sidebar, and you can see everyone react to the cards I get. So let's go ahead and minimize or hide that window, and I'm gonna go and purchase 40 packs right now. Okay, wants my password. Give me 1 sec. Alright, purchase complete. Alright, let's go ahead and show that window again. And here we go. Got 40 packs. So here's pack 1 of 40. Okay, we got 1 rare, we got 1 legendary, 2 legendaries. Snake Trap for the hunter. When one of your minions is attacked, summon 3 1/1 snakes. That's crazy. That's a good secret. I've never seen that before, ever. And Patient Assassin. This is an awesome card. Destroy any minion damaged by this minion. And he's a little 1/1, but he's stealthed. And it's like having a Cobra that's stealthed. It's awesome. And we got a rare too. We got Upgrade for Warrior. If you have a weapon, give it +1/+1. Otherwise, equip a 1/3 weapon. That's decent. And we got Wrath for the Druid, deal 3 damage or deal 1 damage and draw a card. And a Warlock card, Power Overwhelming. I've covered this one in previous videos. Give a friendly minion +4/+4 until the end of the turn, then it dies horribly. It's actually a pretty decent card. That was actually a really good pack, probably among the better ones I've gotten. Alright, we got rare, we got a legendary. Alright, we got Mana Addict. Farsight, draw a card. That card costs 3 less. Could be interesting. Cruel Taskmaster for the warrior. Deal 1 damage to a minion and give it +2 attack.
Golden Common.
Alright, Golden Common for the priest. Restore 4 health to all minions. And an all classes card, Loot Hoarder. This guy is really, really common. You see him all the time. Alright. See what we got here. Looks like it's all commons and a rare. Alright, Counterspell Secret for the mage. When your opponent casts a spell, counter it. Repentance. When your opponent plays a minion, reduce its health to 1. Salcy Deckhand for all classes. Has charge when you have a weapon equipped. A Wisp. I never really see people play this. It just never seems worth it. And then another Wrath. We just actually talked about this one, I think. Deal 3 damage or deal 1 and draw a card. Alright. Okay, let's see. We got another legendary. Or I'm sorry, epic. I've been calling legendaries epics, haven't I? Wait, no, wait. Do I have this wrong? Let's click and listen. This is epic. Okay, purple is epic. I've been screwing up. I think I've been calling purple. I've been calling purple legendary. Alright, these are epics. Legendaries are orange or yellow. My bad. Alright, so we got Spellbender. When an enemy casts a spell on a minion, summon a 1/3 as a new target. Okay. A Emperor Cobra. This is one of my favorite cards, but I already have 2. This thing is kind of like that Assassin, except it's a 2/3 and it doesn't have stealth. But it will destroy anything it attacks. Argent Squire. It's a 1/1/1 with Divine Shield. Scavenging Hyena. This is a great card for the hunter. Whenever a beast dies, gain +2/+1. Really, really nice to play when you've got a bunch of beasts that you intend on losing in the near future. And then Deadly Shot, destroy a random enemy minion. This is also a really nice card for Hunter. Alright, here we go. Okay, 1 rare, 2 rare. Master Swordsmith. At the end of your turn, give another random friendly minion +1 attack for all classes. So this is a 2 mana cost 1/3 with that bonus. Kind of nice. Power Overwhelming. We just talked about that. Divine Shield. The only issue with this one is it's the Scarlet Crusader only has 1 health. So once that shield is gone, anything can kill her. Conceal will give your minion stealth until your next turn for the rogue. This is actually a nice card. Aldor Peacekeeper, change an attack or an enemy minion's attack to 1. This could be huge at pretty much like all stages of the game. When this thing comes out, it can actually pick and choose an enemy minion and drop it to 1 health. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a legendary. Let's check it. Legendary. Alright, Millhouse Mana Storm. All classes. Enemy spells cost 0 next turn. Shit. That could be really bad for you. But then again, having a 2 mana cost 4/4, there could be advantages to that. But if he uses all his spells to like kill this thing, well, actually that's kind of good. You would want the enemy to use their spells to kill this thing. Early game, that'd be huge. It reduced their deck size. All right, let's check out this rare. We've got a Felguard for the Warlock. This is a card I always want to play, but whenever it pops out when I'm playing a Warlock, I don't want to play it because it destroys one of your mana crystals, which is really scary early game, especially if you're going second. Alright, Abusive Sergeant. This is a nice card. Give a friendly minion +2 attack this turn, and it's 1 mana cost. Amani Berserker, and Rage +3 attack, so if he gets hurt, he gets +3 attack. And Explosive Trap, when your hero is attacked, deal 2 damage to all enemies. That's a really nice card for the Hunter. Alright. Let's see what we got here. 1 rare. Ravenhold Assassin. He's got stealth. It's a 7/7/5. Lots of attack. You know for sure. Well, not for sure, but you have a very, very high chance of keeping him in the field when he pops, given that he has stealth, unless there's a lot of AoE. Nice card, and it's for all classes. Torn Warrior, he's got taunt, and when he's enraged, he does +3 attack. That's a pretty decent taunt. Stormforge Axe for the Shaman, 2 damage, 3 durability, so you can use it 3 times. Although your next turn you're going to have Overload 1, which means you're going to not be able to use one of your mana crystals. Direwolf Alpha, adjacent minions have +1 attack, 2/2/2. That's a good card. Flame Imp, I like this one a lot. It's a 1 mana cost 3/2 for the Warlock, and it's a demon, so it can be buffed with demon spells. Alright, 33. We got 1 rare. Alright, just 1 rare. Knife Juggler, after you summon a minion, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. This is a card I actually like a lot. Cult Master, whenever one of your other minion dies, draw a card. The only thing I don't like about this is that his health is so low. There's so many creatures out there that can kill him. There's so many spells that can kill him. So more often than not, you're going to see this guy come out and then get killed right away before he can draw cards. Redemption for the Paladin. It's a secret. When one of your minions die, return it to life with 1 health. So it's like a resurrection. Another Flame Imp, I think we just talked about that. And Freezing Trap, this is different than an explosive one. When an enemy minion attacks, return it to its owner's hand, and it costs 2 more. So, not bad. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, we got 1 epic, no rares. Sea Giant, okay, unfortunately I think I already have 2 of these, but this is a huge card. It costs 10 normally, but check this out. It costs 1 less for each other minion on the battlefield. So, if there's a full board, this dude is going to be super cheap, and it's an 8/8. Questing Adventurer, this card is awesome. It's one of my favorites. Whenever you play a card, gain +1/+1. It costs 3 mana to bust out, but it's got a 2/2. And if you play a bunch of cards after it, this guy's going to get really strong really fast. And that's in all turns. So if somebody attacks him and he's down to 1 health and you play 2 more cards, he's going to be back up to 3 health and have 2 more attack on top of it. Bloodsail Raider, gain attack equal to the attack of your weapon. This is a pretty nice pirate, and especially for classes that can arm weapons. And think about it. I mean, if you've got, for example, a rogue with a bunch of deadly poison, and you just got crazy attack damage, and you bust this thing out, it's going to hit like a truck. Cult Master we already talked about. And Acolyte of Pain, whenever this minion takes damage, draw a card. This can be kind of nice in the early game when there's a lot of low attack characters. Alright, so here is pack 31. One rare. Alright. Crazed Alchemist. Swap the attack and health of a minion. You could use this for either your creatures or the enemy creatures. So, for example, let's say you've got a taunt, it's about to die, but it's got good attack. You could flip it and just, have it stick around, just do low attack. Or you could use it on the enemy to turn something that has, a ton of attack, or no, a ton of life, but low attack, and you could swap it and then kill it. Spellbreaker, this is a silence card, so when he comes out, he can silence, and it's 4 mana cost, 4 attack, 3 health. Earthen Ring Farseer, also for all classes. Battlecry, restore 3 health. So you can restore 3 health to something. Lightspawn, this is a pretty nice card for the priest. This minion's attack is always equal to its health. If you buff this thing up, for example, the priest has some cards that can double health. You can make this a huge card. And then Scarlet Crusader, we already talked about her, I think. Yeah, 1 health, divine. Alright, pack number 30. Got a rare. 2 rares. Alright. Equality for the Paladin. Change the health of all minions to 1. Huh. I could see situations where this would be very, very valuable. If you've got a bunch of low health, low attack creatures, and the enemy has a lot of high health creatures that you need to get rid of, and you pop this thing, yeah, it can turn the tide of battle for sure. Golden rare, Mortal Strike, deal 4 damage. If your hero has 12 or less health, deal 6 damage instead. That's actually a really nice card. Cold Blood for the rogue, give a minion +2 attack, or if you combo it, which means if you play another card first, it does 4 attack instead. It's a card I like a lot. Ventrico Mercenary, this is a really strong 5 mana cost card, but after this is out, your minions cost 3 more until it dies. And then Inner Fire for the priest, change a minion's attack to be equal to its health. This could be really, really big too. Really nice card for the priest. Alright. 1 rare. That's it. Okay. Demolisher, I like this card a lot. At the start of your turn, deal 2 damage to a random enemy minion. It's awesome. It's for all classes, and as long as you can keep it alive, and you really don't want to attack with this thing. You want it to just stick around. At the start of your turn, it'll lob 2 damage at a random enemy, and it can be huge, especially if you keep it protected with a taunt card. All right, we got Demon Fire for the Warlock. This is also a really nice card. You can use it as a 2 damage nuke against a minion, or if you use it on a demon, it's got to be a demon. It'll give it +2/+2 instead. We got Repentance. We already talked about that one. We got Summoning Portal. This is a awesome card for the Warlock. Your minions cost 2 less, but not less than 1, and that applies to all minions every turn. It's not like the... what's her name? Oh, I can't remember her name. There's Pint-Sized Summoner. That's what it is. Pint-Sized Summoner will reduce the cost of 1 creature, your first played creature. This reduces the cost of all of them, so it's a really, really nice card. And then Blessing of Wisdom for the Paladin. Choose a minion. Whenever it attacks, draw a card. This can be huge. I've used this before and kept a creature protected, where I was able to keep going for hero damage, and I got so many card draws out of it. Really nice card. Alright, we got 1 rare, 2 rares. Alright, 2 rares. Ancestral Spirit for the Shaman. Choose a minion. When that minion is destroyed, return it to the battlefield. So here's the difference between this and the Paladin card. The Paladin card brings back the creature with 1 health. This brings back the creature. It comes back for real. Which is awesome. Golden Rare, Stampeding Kodo. Destroy a random enemy minion with 2 or less attack. And this is a beast. This can be useful, but I don't know. It's got a high mana cost, so you're really not going to be playing it till late game. And by then, you might not be seeing nearly as many creatures that have 2 or less attack. Alright, Inner Fire. We already talked about that. Spiteful Smith. Okay, so he If he's enraged, your weapon has +2 attack. But you need to have a weapon, obviously. So this doesn't combo well with classes that don't have weapons, obviously. Circle of Healing, restore 4 health to all minions. Pretty nice card. It's 0 mana cost, so you can play it at any time. Okay, I'm seeing a epic. Oh yeah, legendary. Deathwing. Oh shit! I had this played against me once, and this won the guy the game. So it's a fixed 10 cost, unless I guess you have a summoning portal, that could change things. But it destroys all your minions, and you discard your hand. That's huge! Absolutely huge. And then you got a 12/12 on the field, and the board is yours. Except you have no cards. But yeah, that's an awesome card. Alright, we got a Kidnapper for the Rogue. Return a minion to its owner's hand. And it's a 5/3, so it's not like Sap, where it just, you know, it just does its thing and then you get no other benefit. This is a creature that sits on the field with 5/3, and you got rid of a creature. It's back in their hand. They have to replay it if they want. Ventricle Mercenary we talked about. Thought Steal for the Priest. Copy 2 cards from your opponent's deck and put them in your hand. I've had this used against me pretty effectively. The only thing is like, as far as I know, you don't get to pick the cards. And then Betrayal. An enemy minion deals its damage to the minions next to it. This is really nice to use on the enemy. In certain situations. Other times, not so much. It really depends on what's, like, the arrangement of the enemies. If you've got a high damage enemy in the middle, and you got creatures that can kill on either side, then it can work out. Alright, here's pack number 26. Alright, we have a rare, 2 rares. Equality, we talked about that. Master Swordsmith, we talked about that. Mirror Entity, for the Mage, when your opponent plays a minion, summon a copy of it. So you get a freebie. Late game, that could be crazy. All classes, Shield Bearer, it's a 1/04 taunt. Obviously, it's not going to damage anything, but it'll keep other, you know, creatures from being hit for a little bit. And then Eviscerate for the Rogue, a really, really nice card. Deal 2 damage, or if you combo it, it's 4 instead, which can be really, really useful. Okay. 1 rare. Mass Dispel for the Priest, silence all enemy minions and draw a card. It can be useful if you've got a lot of creatures on the board that need to be silenced. Let's say there's a bunch of taunts, or there's creatures that are buffed for certain reasons. You could use this and get rid of all the, you know, all the text at the bottom and any buffs they have and whatever else. Get rid of the taunt. I personally don't like to run with it though. It's not my thing. We talked about the Spiteful Smith. Talked about the Questing Adventurer. Raging Worgen for all classes. This can be a really nice card. It's got Wind Fury and +1 attack when it's enraged. So if this guy takes, let's say, 1 damage, then all of a sudden he's a 4/2, and he could attack twice. And then Thought Steal we already talked about. Okay. We have 1 rare. Lava Burst for the Shaman, deal 5 damage, but then you gotta deal with the Overload. Which, again, means that you lose out on 2 mana crystals in this case. But it's a 5 damage nuke, which can take out most creatures. Dark Iron Dwarf, it's a 4/4/4, gives a minion +2 attack when it comes out. Assuming there's something to buff. The Arathi Weaponsmith, when she comes out, you get a 2/2 weapon. No matter what class you are. Oh, I'm sorry, not no matter what class. This is bound to warrior only. So it's the warrior can get a 2/2 weapon. And then the Acolyte of Pain, whenever he takes damage, draw a card. I think we talked about him. And then the Wisp we already talked about. Alright, here's pack number 23. We have 1 rare. Alright. SI7 Agent. This is a really nice card. If you combo him, he's a 3/3/3. So right off the bat, it's a good card. But if you play something first and then you play him, he can deal 2 damage to whatever you want. Could be a creature, could be the hero. It's really up to you. Mad Bomber, it's a 2/3/2, but it deals 3 damage randomly split between all other characters. That could be you too. And that's when he comes out. Harvest Golem, another good card. When it dies, first off, it's a 3/2/3, but when it dies, it will summon a damaged golem. That's a 2/1. I actually like playing that one a lot. Redemption, we talked about. An Abusive Sergeant, we talked about as well, I believe. It's a 1/2/1 that gives a friendly minion +2 attack that turn only. Alright, here's pack 22. Alright, we have one rare. Wild Pyromancer. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to all minions. This could be really bad for you, and as far as I know, it hurts himself too. So you could kill your own Pyromancer with casting spells, if I recall correctly. Alright, Summoning Portal, we already talked about that. Light Spawn, we talked about that. Spellbreaker, we talked about. And Abusive Sergeant, we talked about. So we're seeing dupes. Given that play mode, you can only have a max of 2 cards of each type. We're going to have to melt down some of these into dust. Alright, so we have one epic. The Doomhammer for the Shaman. This is kind of a crazy weapon. I've had it used against me very, very effectively. Okay, so it's got 8 durability first off. It does 2 damage, but get this. It's got Wind Fury. You could attack with this thing 8 times total. And you can attack twice per turn. The catch is it's got Overload too, so the next turn after you play this thing, you're going to be missing those 2 mana crystals. Really nice card. I've actually been waiting to get that one. Alright, Ancient Mage. This one can be really nice for spellcasters or classes that like to use spells. The Battle Cry, when he comes out, now he does not have spell power, but the adjacent minions, the minions next to him, get spell power +1. So you get 2 spell power for just playing this guy and keeping him alive. Alright, the Mogushan Warden. He is a 1/7 taunt at 4 mana cost. Decent taunt. Angry Chicken. Enrage +5 attack. If you could protect this chicken and buff it, this could be a huge card. It can turn into a 6 whatever. But I've never really seen anybody play it because it's just so risky. I've never actually seen anybody even get it enraged before. Alright, Druid, Druid of the Claw. Choose 1 charge or +2 health and taunt. So it's up to you how you want to play this guy, but this is actually a great Druid card because if you need the charge, you can use it. If you need a taunt, he can be a 6 health taunt with 4 attack. Really, really nice card. Okay. One rare. Void Terror for the Warlock. Destroy the minions on either side of this minion and gain their attack and health. So this will consume minions next to it. Kind of risky though, because keep in mind this guy can only attack one thing at a time. So you're giving up what you could have had 3 creatures on the board, but you're giving up 2 others potentially, or 1 depending on what's around, just to have a buffed 1. Okay, Battle Rage for the Warrior. Draw a card for each damaged minion. I rarely see this one played. Earthshock for the Shaman. Silence a minion and then deal 1 damage to it. There's no overload penalty on this one. This one I've seen used really effectively. It's a really cheap silence. Eye for an Eye for Paladin. When your hero takes damage, deal that much damage to the enemy hero. I would love to see a game where this actually wins a game for somebody. Like they're both low health and like a 8 attack creature attacks a 6 and they, let's say one has 6, one has 7 and the enemy dies. Actually, I wonder what would happen in that situation. Would you die first and they would win, or would you both die? It would be a draw? Would the secret even pop? I wonder. I'm sure the answer is somewhere out there. You guys can let me know in the comments. Alright, Power Overwhelming, we talked about already. So here's pack 19. Got 1 rare. Alright. Imp Master, this can be a really fun card. It's 3 mana cost, it's a 1/5. Here's the deal, you don't want to use it to attack, you don't want it to take damage, because every time you end your turn, it's going to damage itself for 1, and then summon an imp. Alright, Tauren Warrior, Taunt, Enrage, +3 attack, so if he gets Enraged, he gets that +3. Scarlet we talked about. Loot Hoarder, when he dies, he lets you draw a card. I think we talked about him too. Ventrico we talked about. Alright, pack 18. Oh! We got a legendary! And a rare. King Crush. Oh yeah, this is like a T-Rex. And it's got charge. Holy shit, that is awesome. Ah, I'm going to be so mad when the beta wipes. Because who knows if I'm going to get this thing back. This is an awesome card. An 8/8 with charge. And I love the picture too. That looks so badass. Ah. Wow. Yeah, thank you to the donators that helped us helped make this a reality. This session of opening packs was funded entirely by the streamers who are watching right now. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, we got the Crazed Alchemist. Did we talk about him? He swaps the attack and the health of a minion. Yeah, I think we did. Scarlet Crusader. Ice Lance. Freeze a character. If it was already frozen, deal 4 damage instead. This is an awesome card to combo with a freeze deck. Because it will shatter anything. It will kill it. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. It won't kill it, but it'll deal 4 damage to something that's frozen, which usually kills most things. Celsi Deckhand, we talked about that. When you have a weapon equipped, he gets charged. Alright. We've got an epic, another epic, and a rare. Shadow form for the priest. Your hero becomes deal 2 damage, or your hero power, sorry, becomes deal 2 damage if already in shadow form, 3 damage. I've already got 1 shadow form, so I would like to try this out potentially, have 2 shadow forms in my pack. If you can get both off, then every turn for 2 mana, you can do 3 damage. Every single turn, which could be pretty cool. Ancients of War for the Druid. Ancient of War gets +5 health and taunt, or +5 attack. That's a badass card. I have not seen that one before. Wow. I like that. That's really nice. I think most of the time I would probably go for that health and the taunt, but who knows? There might be other situations where it'd be more worthwhile to get that attack. Fairy Dragon, this is a really, really fantastic card. It costs 2, but it's a 3/2. And it cannot be targeted by spells or hero powers. The enemy literally has to kill it direct. Golden Rare. Kirin Tormage. Battlecry, the next secret you play this turn costs 0 when it comes out. So it's a creature. It's a 3 mana cost, 4/3. And, yeah. Next secret you play costs 0. So if you have a secret deck as a mage, this could be really nice. And we have a Dust Devil for the Shaman. He's a 1/3/1 with Wind Fury. But the penalty is you got Overload 2. Although this could be huge. Yeah, I mean, early game, you bust this out. If they can't kill it, who cares if you got the Overload 2? You'll be doing 6 damage to the hero. Or whatever. Heroes and the creature. Okay. You got 1 rare. 2 rares. Savagery, deal damage equal to your hero's attack to all enemy minions for the Druid. That can be really nice if you've got decent attack on your hero. There's some cards as the Druid that I think can give you up to like 4 attack. So imagine combining that with this and doing 4 across to all enemy minions. Void Tear for the Warlock. We already talked about that. Defice Ringleader. This is a really, really nice card for the Rogue. When you play this, he's a 2/2/3. As long as you're comboing, he'll also summon a 2/1 right when he comes out. So you get 2 creatures for the price of 1. Circle of Healing, we talked about that. Dread Corsair, we already talked about. And then here's pack number 15. Okay, we got 1 rare. That's it. Blade Fury, really, really nice card for the Rogue. Destroy your weapon and deal its damage to all enemies. So if you've got a really buffed up weapon, or even if you have a weak weapon and there's a bunch of creatures on the board that have either 1 or 2 health, you can bust out this Blade Fury and deal that your weapon's damage to everything on the board. All enemies, rather. Not your creatures, but just enemies. So it could be a really, really nice board clear. Alright, we got the Wisp again. We already talked about that. Corsair, same thing. Circle of Healing, same thing, except this one is animated. Gold cards are animated, so that's why it has that cool effect. And then Ice Barrier, I can't remember if we talked about this, but it's a secret. As soon as your hero is attacked, gain +8 armor. Alright, pack number 14. We've got an epic, a rare. Alright. Doomsayer. Okay, I've never actually seen anybody play this, but at the start of your turn, destroy all minions. So you bring him out, he's just got to survive to the next turn, and he'll clear the board. The catch is he can be killed. He's only got 7 health. So if there's a bunch of other creatures on the board that can kill him, there's no point in playing him. I would like to see this, though. Like, I'm sure eventually there's going to be a game recorded out there that's going to show this guy totally turn the game in someone else's favor. And that would be awesome. Alright, we got the Mad Bomber again. There's our rare. Master of Disguise for the Rogue. This is a really nice card. It's a 4/4/4, and it will give a friendly minion stealth when it comes out. We talked about the Scarlet Crusader. We talked about the Acolyte of Pain. Okay. We got 1 rare and 1 epic. Epic, Cabal Shadow Priest. Battlecry. Take control of an enemy minion that has 2 or less attack for the priest. Again, the question is, much like that, what was he? It looks like a rhino. I forget the name of it. But much like that one, by the time you have 6 mana crystals, what are the odds that you're going to see something with 2 or less attack? Then again, say that a warlock has a summoning portal out or something that has 0 attack. You can take over the enemy summoning portal. Or a Shaman's taunt. If he's got a 0/2 taunt out, you can take that out and have a taunt on your side. So I guess it could be useful, even late game. Alright. Sorcerer's Apprentice. This could be nice for the mage. It's a 2/2/2. Your spells cost 1 less. Oh, and there's another rare. Ancestral Spirit, we already talked about that one. Raider, we talked about. Blood Imp. I am such a big fan of this card. It's a stealth card. It's a stealth demon. It's a 1/1/1. And your other minions have +1 health. Usually when people bust this out, they just leave him hidden all game if they can. The only thing that can kill him, as long as he's stealth, is AoE. So it's a really, really nice card as a warlock. Okay, here's pack number 12. We have 1 rare. And an epic. Pyroblast for the mage. This is a really, really, really nasty spell. 8 mana cost, deals 10 damage. Usually what you'll see is like mages who go with a Pyroblast build, they're just setting up to go for like hero damage as much as they can, and they're going to finish you off with their damage nukes. They're like, they sometimes won't even bother with your creatures. They'll just keep on pegging your hero. And yeah, this can be huge. This can be a game winner. I've actually lost probably 3 games because of this spell here. And there's a rare. Lava Burst, deal 5 damage, overload 2. I think we talked about that at the start. Youthful Brewmaster. Okay, so it's a 2/3/2, and its battle cry is return a friendly minion from your from the battlefield to your hand. So if you've got something that can come out, let's see if there's any. Okay, maybe not. All right, so let's say this guy, when he comes out, he gives you a card. Or let's say when he comes out, he can destroy an enemy with taunt, like the Black Knight does. You can go and send him back into your hand and then play him the next turn and get that same benefit all over again. Or if something's about to die, let's say you've got like a 7/7 and it's down to 1 health, you pop this guy, he goes back into your hand, you could play it again, and he'll be full health again. So you can use it in different ways. Stormforge Axe we already talked about, as well as the South Sea Deckhand. Alright, here's pack 11. Okay, we have 1 rare. The Ravenholt Assassin. We talked about him. Frost Elemental. This is one of my favorite cards. It's a 6/5/5, but when it comes out, it can freeze an enemy character. And this is one of those cards that's perfect with a Brewmaster, because you can pull this back out if you want, if you need that freeze again, and then replay it the next turn and get that freeze off. Ice Barrier as soon as... Okay, we talked about that. Deadly Shot. Can't remember. I think we talked about one of the shots. But Deadly Shot is destroy a random enemy minion. If there's only 1 minion on the board, you know that it's going to be the one to die. Otherwise, it's random chance. And then Cold Blood for the Rogue we talked about. Alright, so we're down to our last 10. This is pack number 10. Okay. 1 rare. Alright, Vaporize. Well, this could be really, really nice. So when a minion attacks your hero, destroy it. Late game, that could be absolutely huge. Alright, let's see. Okay, so rest are normal. Wrathy Weaponsmith we talked about. Mad Bomber we talked about. Eviscerate, same thing. Abusive Sergeant, same thing. Alright. Pack number 9. I'm kind of hoping that we see one more legendary. Alright, we've got an epic. Mind games. Put a copy of a random minion from your opponent's deck into the battlefield. Am I right in assuming that this is on your side, or could it be on their side too? From your opponent's deck into the battlefield. I am guessing this is your side. So you're going to take something out of his deck and put it on your side. You guys can tell me in the comments, or maybe chat's talking about it right now. Alright, okay, yeah, it looks like people are saying on your side. Awesome, that can actually be a really nice card then. A Light Warden, whenever a creature is healed, gain +1 attack. This can be nice with a priest, of course. Sorcerer's Apprentice, we talked about. Silverhand Knight, okay, we have not talked about this. So this is a 5/4/4. When he comes out, he also summons a 2/2 Squire. So again, it's one of those situations where it's 2 cards, or 2 minions for the price of 1. Really nice card. Druid of the Claw, we talked about. That's a fantastic card. Okay, and then here's pack number 8. We have 1 rare. Armor Smith, okay. This guy is for the warrior. Whenever friendly minion takes damage, gain 1 armor. I very, very rarely see this, but I can see it being a really nice card if you've got a lot of creatures that absorb a lot of damage, like a lot of taunts, for example. And it can totally buff your hero up with tons and tons of armor. Actually, wait, no, that's probably per instance, not damage. But if you get this out early and you keep it alive, it could still give you a lot of armor, and it could maybe even get you a win where you would have normally lost. Alright, Spellbreaker, we talked about him. Fairy Dragon, same thing. Thoughtsteal, same thing. Thrallmar Farseer, 3/2/3 Wind Fury, he can attack twice. Doesn't need to be enraged or anything, he just has his Wind Fury. Alright, pack number 7. We have 1 rare. Oh god, Angry Chicken again. Eye for an eye. When your hero takes damage... Okay, we already talked about that. Light Spawn, same thing. Argent Protector. We have not talked about him. He's a 2/2/2. And when he comes out, he can give a friendly minion Divine Shield, which can be really, really helpful. And then Lightning Bolt. This is a sure 3 damage. And you get Overload 1 for it. And it's only 1 mana cost, so it's actually a really good nuke. Alright, pack number 6. Alright, just 1 rare. Mind Control Tech. Alright, we haven't talked about him yet. 3/3/3, and if your opponent has 4 or more minions, take control of 1 at random when he comes out. I had this used against me once where I lost my best creature, and it was devastating. I had multiple creatures, and he got the best one. But you know, it's RNGesus, so you really never know what you're gonna get. It could be an absolute garbage creature. Okay, Explosive Trap we talked about. Demon Fire, I can't remember if we talked about it. It's deal 2 damage to a minion, or if it's demon, give it +2/+2 instead. You can use this really, really well to buff your demons. Shield Bearer 104, Taunt, he just absorbs damage, he's really cheap. Loot Hoarder, when he dies, he draws a card for you. Then here's pack number 5. Okay, Savagery, we talked about. Sorcerer's Apprentice, we talked about. Betrayal, we talked about. Cult Master, we talked about. Light Spawn, okay. Alright. Alright, we have at least 1 epic. Alright, 1 epic. Twisting Nether for the Warlock. Destroy all minions. And it's got really cool art too. I would like to see the gold version of this. That looks badass. This could be really nice. This could be a lifesaver towards the end of the game. But it does cost 8 mana. Alright, Wild Pyromancer we talked about. Fairy Dragon we talked about. Corsair, same thing. Freezing Trap, same thing. Alright, here's pack number 3. 1 rare, 2 rare. Alright. Nourish for the Druid. Okay, so you've got 2 options with this one. You can either gain 2 mana crystals or draw 3 cards. So early game, well actually not early because it costs 5 mana. But at 5 mana, it's like, well, I know that I'm going to get 6 the next turn. Do I really want 8? Or do I want the 3 cards? Usually in my book, it's the cards are way more valuable. But that is a good card for the cards. Shadow Flame for the Warlock. Destroy a friendly minion and deal its attack damage to all enemy minions. That can be really nice. I actually use that, I think, a couple times just the same night that that I'm making this video. We talked about the South Sea Deckhand. Forked Lightning. Okay, for the Shaman. Deal 2 damage to 2 random enemy minions, but then you've got Overload 2. Obviously, you don't know who's going to take that damage, so it's kind of risky. Then Eviscerate we talked about. Down to pack number 2. Let's see. Keep your fingers crossed for another legendary. Nope. We got a rare. Doomguard. Charge, Battlecry, but you have to discard 2 random cards. This is nice to play if you're out of cards. But you're going to be a Warlock, right? So you're going to be tapping. Typically, you'll have a lot of cards. So is it worth having a 5/7 demon with charge while also losing 2 of your cards? Typically, I don't like to run with this because I don't like losing cards. But you never know. Okay. We got Rampage Warrior. It gives 3/3 to a damaged minion. The minion has to be damaged first. Nami Berserker, +3 when he's enraged. Corsair we talked about. Okay, this is also a nice card. All classes. You would think that this would be a Druid card. It's a 5/5/5, but it has stealth. And it's a beast. The Druid can obviously work some buffs into it, given that it's a beast. But, yeah, this is a really nice card. I like this one quite a bit. And here we go. Last pack. 1 rare. And 1 epic. Snake Trap. It's still an awesome card. Awesome card for the hunter. And I think we just revealed this one earlier. It's the one where when one of your minions is attacked, summon 3 1/1 snakes. And it's a low-cost secret, too, which is nice. Okay, we got the Azure Drake for all classes. This is a spell power +1, Battlecry, draw a card. So not only does he have spell power, but he also draws a card for you when you play him. Really nice card. Golden Common, Ice Barrier, we've talked about that. Harvest Golem we talked about. And Betrayal we talked about. So that's been another 40 packs. Again, if you missed my other videos, videos where I opened up 40 packs, check the description. They're going to be in there. And this is officially my 3rd. So I've opened 120 packs so far. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Also, huge thanks to the viewers that made this possible. Really appreciate it. And hope you guys stick around. And also check out my Twitch channel so you can maybe get in on this next time. And maybe get YouTube famous. I'll see all of you guys next time.